I'm not sure that you and I ever thought this moment would actually happen. We have been wanting Jameis Winston to be part of the Cleveland Browns for many, many years.
Fact.
Big fans of yours, and so we're thrilled to have you here in studio, thrilled to have you as a member of the Cleveland Browns.
With a tremendous overcoat, by the way.
We were just lamenting the gorgeous overcoat that you're in. How did this come about? First of all, welcome, and then how did it come about for you to be a part of this organization?
Well, it all started when I knew I was going to become a free agent, and I just got so sick and tired of great weather and beaches and music, and I said, like, what is the place?
Let me challenge myself.
Well, what is the place that I know that I can give my kids some snow, for Christmas? Like ain't
or in March.
Well, no, but honestly, no, it's truly a blessing to be a part of the Dog Pound and to be on this radio show with y'all. But I've always admired just the history of Cleveland and what it encompasses, and to be able to be a part of that now is amazing.
What was kind of the sales pitch to you? Because in free agency, it's great. It's a mutual recruitment, right? What was kind of the sales pitch from the Browns to you about why this would be a great place for you?
Well, when you see how this team rallied together after significant injuries, on both sides of the ball, and they were able to do it with 4 quarterbacks. So one, that the roster is one of the best rosters in the NFL. When you have a free agent signing that shocks the world, like Zadarius Smith is joining Myles Garrett, last year, I think that shocked everybody. When you have a fierce defense that know how to take the ball away and know how to stop the run, that's enticing for any quarterback. But also when you have the opportunity to impact and influence a young quarterback who you have admired from afar and have competed against, it really was a no-brainer for me, opposed to obviously looking for opportunities to start.
Sure.
But knowing the head coach here, Kevin Stefanski, is able to win with his strategies and with his amazing ability to lead a team despite what they may grow through, you have to admire that.
It's interesting. So when we were talking off air, when you were down, like, that's a small world, that Southern quarterback world. And so you coming out of Alabama going to Florida State, Deshaun coming out of Georgia going to Clemson, and you guys didn't intersect in college, right? He came just slightly. You're done in 14, and then he's in 15.
Yeah,
I think at Clemson. But it was I remember even talking about it in the greater college football world. Like, it was a passing of the guard from best quarterback college football, Jameis, to Deshaun. He was next. He had next.
Well, it started with Cam Newton.
Well, yeah, way back. Yeah. Cam even before you, for sure. Doubt. But like, was there how aware have you been of his career throughout yours? And I'm sure he emulated you, wanting, having you being a couple years older.
Well, I think his intangibles it always stood out because his ability to make plays, and being from the state of Alabama, him winning the national championship with Cleveland in Tampa. Obviously all the excitement that was going on when the college football playoff came to Tampa, I was able to have a few appearances and talk about that. And he didn't even win the Heisman that year, which I thought that he was definitely could have. So seeing him beat Alabama in the national championship stage was prolific. Because we beat Auburn, but just being in that Southern Realm, we know for so long that Alabama was king.
Yep.
So I think when he did that, he definitely got his street cred from everybody around. I'm just proud of him, and I'm happy to get to work with him.
And I know that you've talked to him since you've signed. And I remember right when it was announced that you had signed, you gave a quote to Josina about how you were going to help him be the best version of himself. How's kind of those conversations gone? I'm sure he's got to be thrilled as well. And we've got to know him. A great guy.
Yeah, well, obviously right now the most important thing is him getting back and getting recovered. So I know he's passionately pursuing that right now. But we will be connecting over the course of the next 2 weeks. But I think in terms of just growth and learning from your experiences, I have played every role that you can play as an NFL quarterback in this league, up to in just 9 years in the league. So just me being able to bring that and being able to bring a certain energy around him and be willing to serve him and give him something that he probably hasn't gotten. I know I'm cool with Jacoby Brissett, and I know that they got a chance to work doing, and that was a tough season. But I'm just excited to get in the room with him see how he worked. Like it's different when you see someone hand in hand. You can hear, about what people do. Obviously, you can see on TV, but when you get a chance to connect with somebody and be in it with them, you can do amazing things together.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, kind of along that line, we're moving from what had been kind of an under center, a lot of, marriage of the run and pass, the play action, the keeper game, all of that, to maybe more of a shotgun style offense now with Ken Dorsey. That's something I know that you've been very comfortable with your entire career. How important or how influential maybe was that factor as well, saying this is not only a chance to work with, Deshaun, not only a chance to be with a great roster that can win, knowing that if you get an opportunity to play, you're going to be able to win, but also having an offense that probably is going to suit what you like to do pretty well.
Yeah, well, one thing I like to do is hand the ball off to Nick Chubb and watch him get
very that's fun.
150 a game. And I think you build an offense based off that. When you look at how the Cleveland Browns have ascended to being one of the top teams in the NFL, it's because of their fronts, right? A great offensive line.
Yep.
Like you think about the injuries that we had on the offensive line last year, and we still were able to overcome that and still have a dominant rusher who was new to the team. Despite Nick being hurt, and I know he's recovering his tail off the injuries that Deshaun had. And you seeing this offense evolve around PJ Walker, around what was the Dorian DTR, and seeing the excitement that Joe Flacco was able to win and comeback player of the year of
throwing bombs
off 7 games.
Yep.
And I think that just shows the men and women that are in this building are doing something right. And 2, when you think about offense, like everybody wants to pass in this league, but every defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator knows it starts with the run and it finishes with stopping the run.
Yeah.
So the ability that this team has to run the football is only going to open up so many more opportunities with the different things you can do out of the gun, the different play actions that you can create, the different gimmicks and trick plays that you can get off of this new wave of shotgun offense.
It's funny. It's all of these things are so cool, but there are so many connections. As we were talking about you and Deshaun, and you think about Jerry Jeudy, you think about Amari. I mean, you and Amari same age. Alabama, another one. Elijah Moore, Nick Chubb. I mean, like we have so many big state U Southern
Chief
dudes.
Florida, the U.
Chief went to U.
Yeah.
I mean, we have so many of those guys that are on this team, and the one thing I know that AB likes about it is if you played at one of those places and you're from that part of the country, you understand what football is all about at the very highest level. And I think you're going to find that when you get here in the fall, that these people view it the same way. That the way that there is a big game on campus in Tallahassee and the way that feels on a Saturday morning, that's the same thing you're going to find here on a Sunday. And I think the guys thrive in it. I really do. Have you picked up on the connection between all of that stuff in terms of this organization and the big state U Southern connection?
Yeah, absolutely. I just know one thing about, let's just talk about the fan base. Like when we came here 2 years ago, a year ago, and played in one of the coldest games in NFL history.
I was going to thank you for not making that you say I'm not going there, because that was for here even that was insane. Like that was not normal.
But there were people in the stands
without shirts.
And obviously that's odd and crazy when you think about that.
Yes, it is.
Obviously you got to think about your health, but just think about the commitment. And honestly, and I know I'm not with New Orleans anymore, but that's something that I really admired about that city in New Orleans, is just the fans were always involved. And when you think about the Cleveland Browns, you think about the dog pound.
Yeah.
So these fans, they're what make things go. Like they're the reason that we all have a job, because these people, their livelihood is watching the Browns play football.
Yep.
So I'm very grateful to be a part of an organization in a society that encompasses that gridiron, that hard nose, and really increase. They know we're trying to make everybody better. We all feed off each other.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. You've said it many times when you guys who come from the big schools like you did. This is as close as you'll get to that collegiate atmosphere in terms of the way the Browns fans are. And I joked with Joe Flacco, probably after maybe his second game, I go, you're going to end up being more popular here than you were ever in Baltimore. And he's like, yeah, okay. And after we clinched against the Jets, he was like, you were right. He's like, my family's like, this is crazy. It's just a great place to play football. That's what they do here, And I know that you appreciate that.
It's the love for football and just go back to the like down the south, like we have football.
That's what
like we don't have hoops, because like obviously the impact that LeBron James has made on this community is amazing. But Ohio even has good basketball. Mm-hmm. Like Alabama, we don't have the best basketball, but we have a lot of superstar players that come out.
Sure.
But the love of football is something that I feel like I attract to, and I know that this city really loves football, and that's why I know that I'm really gonna love this city.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, man. We're excited. So one of the things I always ask the people when they come in is, what's something you just want Browns fans to know about you? It doesn't have to be about your football, doesn't have to be about your work, just anything in general that when they see Jameis Winston out there, you go, this is what I want you to think.
Yeah, when you see me on the street, just know that I'm a man of faith, and I'm looking to encourage and inspire anybody that I'm around. One of my favorite athletes of all time is Muhammad Ali, and him being able to just be approachable to anybody that came around. I always wanted to make it a great experience. Now, when I'm eating dinner with my family, I'll always respect my family first, but I got so much respect because I know it's a privilege to have this platform and get a chance to serve the community the way that I do with a sport that I love. So just know I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of God, of Christ, and I know that I'm here to inspire and increase the people of the next generation, and even you, if you come and
we'll take it.
I'm in, man.
We're in.
Well, it's a long time coming for us.
Yes.
We've been rooting for you to be here for a very long time. It was great having you here in studio. Congratulations on being a Cleveland Brown. Welcome to town. Look forward to seeing it on the field here shortly. Jameis Winston in studio. You're listening to Cleveland Browns Daily on 850 ESPN Cleveland.